So my man, pleasure to have you here in Saudi. How have you found it so far? You settled in?
Yeah, really settled in. As I was just saying to you off camera, the way that they've treated me and my full team, this week has been amazing.
That's what I'm saying. Does it allow you to kind of minimise the distractions and the stresses from everywhere else? So you're locked in here. You've got everything that you possibly need to be successful in this fight.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's been no stress on my shoulders. The weight cut's been absolutely amazing through George Lockhart. He's completely took all that stress away, which is normally a stressful time for fighters, but I've not thought once about it. Training's all done. The facilities are amazing. There's nothing, so I can just sit back and think about the fight.
You mentioned being the hospitality and being treated like a king. You actually have been treated like a king here.
Yeah.
You had dinner with the prince and his sons, right?
Yes, we had dinner with the prince. He came by to see me train. Honestly, it's special. Honestly, from a kid out of Salford, Manchester, all this is a dream come true.
You spoke a little bit about the weight cut and training. What does your week look like from now until fight night?
The week's been absolutely amazing, honestly. It's not been, there's been no saunas, there's been no sweatsuits, we've not had to do that. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to making, I think, this fight's at 185.
Yeah.
For my last fight, I'm used to making 181, so it's neither here or there. So I haven't had to kill myself at all. So I'm eating good big meals and I feel really good in myself.
Does that benefit you more or Jake more, would you say?
That benefits me more. I mean, at the end of the day, he's like the one who's fought the heavier weight and stuff like that, so I'm sitting perfectly. I mean, yeah, there's been no stress, no struggle from my side. You
know how big this fight is. You can't get away from it on social media and in all of the biggest news outlets around the world. There's a lot of people talking about it, both positive and negative, I guess. What's your view on some of those people, some of those ex-fighters, some of those people in the sport who have said, I think Jake's going to win this fight?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, especially back home in England, that's sided the other way, but there is a lot of jealousy going around. And I hate to say it, because I'm not a jealous, bitter guy. I wish everybody to do well and earn whatever they want to earn. But, some of these fighters, they've had tough careers, they've had tough fights, and they haven't made, this sort of money. And they're a bit jealous and a bit bitter because after 8 fights, I'm in Saudi Arabia, I'm headlining my own show, I'm getting paid very well. And that's just the cause of that. Anybody that knows about boxing knows what's going to happen in this fight. And that's it, really. I don't really read too much into what anybody's got to say. Me and my team know what's going to go down on Sunday night, and that's it.
One person that has come out and said the way you win this fight is by sticking it on Jake Paul early. Mm-hmm. Eddie Hearn came out. It's just a bit of a surprise, I guess. Yeah. He came out and said, listen, if you stick it on Jake Paul, you'll finish him in 2 rounds. What would you say to that?
I mean, I don't really think too much of Eddie Hearn's predictions because every time he's predicted a fight, he's been wrong. Especially with Tyson. He's predicted every single one of Tyson's fights and been wrong every time. But I'm giving no game plans away or anything. But I've not come here for a points decision. We can say that.
Your opponent is well known. He's well versed in talking, and apart from your brother, he might be the king of mind games. So I want to know, does that ever affect you? Can you just brush that off, or is there a point where you just think you're looking at something and someone sends something and you just go, I'd really want to smash his head in here?
Yeah, no, I've been saying all week in the build-up, in all these different interviews, there's no emotion there for me in this fight. This is business for me. Jake Paul, he's known all over the world for everything other than fighting. And we're fighting on Sunday night, so he can talk as much as he wants, he can have as many followers as he wants, whatever. He can do whatever he wants. But when it comes down to fighting on Sunday night, I am better than him at that. And that's why I'll win this fight. Boxing doesn't come down to, for me anyway, it doesn't come down to mind games, whatever they say. It doesn't matter. It's about the fighting. And Jake Paul, nothing he can say or do can get in my head. I'm not interested in anything. I'm not looking at anything. I'm not getting involved in that. I'm just tunnel-visioned, focused for Sunday night.
That makes sense. Now, we've got a video that Jake Paul put out where he said some rather strong words. I want you to watch it. And just because I know you said there's no emotion in this fight, but for me personally, I don't know how I would remove the emotion from a situation.
Tommy, I hope you've enjoyed these last few moments of your career. This is it. You're going to be retired from boxing after this. You're going to be disowned by your family. You're going to go back to your mother's maiden name. There's nothing else that can save you. It is just me and you, mano a mano. Your brother's not in the ring anymore with you. Your dad's not in the ring with you anymore. Molly's not in the ring with you anymore. Bambi isn't in the ring with you anymore. So all that little cute motivation about having a child and fighting for her, all that goes out the window when I'm coming to take your head off, decapitate you. I'm a mean, angry person deep down. I'm gonna take out all of it.
I can't help but laugh at
fucking
this guy.
face.
Come on, like, what am I looking at here?
I'm built different. I want this more than you. I have more of a why. I'm more tapped
going.
in. I'm more
He's
emotionally
still going.
intelligent. I'm more spiritually connected. I've worked harder every single day, in and out. I have a better team. I have a better support system. And guess what? Me winning this fight is for the higher benevolent good of the universe. And so it's not just me in the ring. It's all of my guidance. It's all of my ancestors. It's all of my spiritual helpers. It's all of the people protecting me. And together we are going to you up. You have 4 rounds, and then you are Tommy Fury. This is it for you.
Okay, my friend.
I mean,
All
how do
right.
you respond to that?
I mean, I think he should be in the new Creed film and not in actual boxing, because that was a hell of a rant. I'll give him that, a hell of a rant. But at the end of the day, what is that again? Talk.
Yeah.
Talking and talking and talking and talking. At the end of the day, when Tyson, fought Wilder, can't remember which fight it was. Wilder was talking about spiritual. I've got all these guys in here with me. I've got this and that. No, you ain't. It's a fight. There is nothing. When we get in that ring, and he takes a stiff jab right in the side of the head, he's going to be thinking, where's all your guidance then, mate? Because there's no guidance in that ring. That there is a fool, an idiot. You just showed me that a 2-minute video, yeah? I've just completely disregarded that. I've not took any of that on board because it's all that's what it is. The man can talk, I'll give him that, but he can't fight. So let him make the most of doing all that, because on Sunday night, it's going to be the other way around. He's going to be on the end of some harsh words by these fists. And he's got no way out of it. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of sitting back and letting him talk all he wants, because come Sunday night, he has to answer for what he said. Yeah. And he has to get in that ring. So I'm all smiles, because I know in that ring, he's mine. He's mine.
I mean, you look and you sound very relaxed. So obviously that's a brilliant sign. Now, we've mentioned your brother a little bit. When's he coming out? He's the master of mind games. If you're ever going to put 2 people who can talk up against each other, I would love to see that.
Yeah, no, Tyson will be here later today. He's coming in later today. I've got about 15 other guys with me. Yeah. They're all coming in. Big Joe Parker's come from New Zealand. Listen, this here for me is it's a coming out fight. In this fight on Sunday night, you're going to see the best version of me. You're going to see skills upon skills that you've never seen before, and you're going to see a clinical knockout. And there's nothing he can do about it.
WBC have said they're going to give Jake Paul a ranking if he wins. Yeah. What's next for you? You win this fight, as you say, you're going to win this fight. Yeah. What kind of levels? What kind of step up do you want to take? Is it because you're saying Jake Paul is at this level? What kind of step up are you going to take after Jake Paul?
Well, this is no step up for me. This is a step down. In terms of fighting and competition, this is 100% a step down for me. So me being a realist and me being an actual boxer who knows what he is. Oh yeah, I'm going to go and fight Canelo for the undisputed after this. No, I ain't. I beat Jake Paul. I'm an absolute idiot. I'll go back and I'll fight some more proper boxers, build up my resume, get some titles behind me, and see how far we can take this thing. And that's it. My feet are on the floor. His head is in the clouds. After this, it's business as usual. Like I've said all along, I'm on that straight road to achieving my dream of winning a world title. I need some fuel. Boom. Stopping off. I'm going to jump straight back on the road and go towards my dream. This guy does nothing for me. There's no world titles on the line. I don't get any props for this after a beating, because I'm expected to beat Jake Paul. Everybody knows that. Say what you want, everybody knows I'm meant to beat this guy. And when I do beat this guy, that's it.
Is it going to be easy though? Because if you've gone from your headline, your show, Saudi Arabia, treat like a king, there's so much media attention around this fight just because of the 2 people in it, that now, you said you kind of come off the path of kind of going to that world title level. Yeah. Is it going to be hard to then go back and go, right, I'm grinding out in the gym now and I'm going to be fighting an opponent maybe that doesn't have the shine or the Hollywood element of this fight?
Not really, because I know every single fight that I take after this will be one step closer to an actual world title. If I kept on fighting people like Jake Paul, I wouldn't be getting any better myself. That's just the top of the end of it. Whereas after this, I'll be fighting fighters that test me, test my skills, and I'll keep moving up the ladder. And after this, I'll be able to call my own shots. I'll be able to headline my own fights. You know, and that's just the top end and the bottom of it. You know, this is going to be a great night for me and my full team. You know, I've worked hard for this, you know, from day one, from being 6 and 7, training in the shed with my dad, you know, having nothing, growing up with nothing, being a teenager, 18, 19, not 50p in my pocket to pay for a bus fare. You know, I wasn't like this guy, you know, getting all this from YouTube and having all this clout. I had nothing from being... 4 years ago, I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, destiny, you can't... Nothing can come in the way of destiny. And Sunday night is my destiny. And I will be victorious. And Jake Paul will be nothing.
Strong words, bro.
Appreciate it.
Pleasure. Always good to
Top
see
man.
you.
Appreciate it.
Nice one.